I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. I know I did. I'm a WrestleMania guy. But remember last week, 7 home runs hit and cashed on props. And almost some SGPs and a lot of value. And we're going to get back into it for tonight's 9-game slate that starts at 7 o'clock right here on the Fantasy Firebox. Tony Jigsaw Cutillo. Again, WinDailySports.com, powered by WinDaily. And speaking of power, let's get right into the home run props tonight. Make sure you get over to WinDailySports.com and click on that fantastic promo that we have right now. There is a link in this podcast for Home Run 100. That is where you get $100 off. One of our biggest deals ever to get everything we offer, every tool, every projection model, every optimizer, every article, every Discord bet and prop and message alive right here at WinDailySports.com. And most importantly, you help me show that I'm doing the job that they hired me to do. Home Run 100. Make sure you click on it. Make sure you sign up. Don't get left out in the dust and start cashing your tickets today. And we're going to go first off with Kyle Schwarber. When it's good weather out there in Busch Stadium in St. Louis, that ball flies out of that park. And I know Mikolas was good his last time out, but he makes a lot of mistakes. He still just gave up 14 hits in 2 starts, plus 2 home runs. I expect Kyle to go second deck. Now let's go Atlanta, and they're going to face their familiar foe, Julio Teheran, who's coming back, 33 years old, tons of miles on that car, trying to get it right for the Mets. The Mets are an abomination right now, and Marcell Ozuna is hitting hotter than almost anybody from the power spot that I know. 11 hits in his first 35 at-bats, 3 multi-hit games. And like I said, Teheran's coming back from his first start. Could be very shaky. Less zip on his ball, especially his fastball, less movement. I think a lot of balls are going to be there to be able to square it up, and Ozuna will be one of those guys. And let's go to Colorado. And I know his home stats are better than Kyle Freeland, but he still stinks. He still gives up the long ball. And Colorado weather, that ball flies out of there. So let me go with my man Christian Walker. Because, again, he already has 3 home runs. And with a short left field and quick wrists with my man CW, I think he takes Freeland to the limits. Now let's go with some value bats. A guy that we're very familiar with here in Philadelphia with Logan O'Hoppe from a catcher spot at 3,800. That's a really, listen, under 4,000 for a catcher that's got some pop, hitting 407, 3 multi-hit games already, only 1 game with no hits so far. He's facing Zach Eflin, who Eflin is good, but again, Eflin throws a lot of flat balls. We watch them here in Philadelphia. I'm telling you, leaves that ball up in the zone. O'Hoppe will definitely feast. Check his home run prop, too, because you might be able to get some good value there as well. Let's go to Texas with the young boy, Evan Carter. Starts off very slow, 0 for 15, bunch of strikeouts, but 3 of his last 5 games have been in double digits. And here's the very important thing to look at. He's only struck out 2 times in those last 5 games, and he has 1 2-hit game, 1 3-hit game, 3 walks, and a stolen base, which means he's filling up the stat sheet. At 4,300, that's the kind of guy you want in your lineup. And I'm going to give you 2 more value bats. How about Jose Siri from Tampa Bay? You cannot mistake what this guy's doing. You can't look any other way. We're going to go with the righty versus lefty power matchup. Okay, with stellar numbers his last 3 games. Double digits, even with 0 home runs. Hasn't even had a power shot, but he still has unbelievable numbers. And he's facing a pitcher who's given up 8 hits and 6 runs in 8 innings pitched. I'm telling you, that is a positive point production guy if I ever seen one. And then let's go with the ex-Seattle Mariner, a guy who used to ride a lot in Jarred Kelenic, who's playing for Atlanta. We're going to attack Atlanta, or attack with Atlanta against Teheran again. And here's a guy hitting last in a lineup that is scoring feverishly, that can manufacture runs from every position. Jarred Kelenic at 3,800 has hit safely in 4 of his last 5 games. He's going to have plenty of opportunities to really hone in on that $3,800 value. Now let's go with some value pitchers. Make sure you get over to WinDailySports.com and click on that fantastic promo that we have right now. There is a link in this podcast for Home Run 100. That is where you get $100 off. One of our biggest deals ever to get everything we offer, every tool, every projection model, every optimizer, every article, every Discord bet and prop and message alive right here at WinDailySports.com. And most importantly, you help me show that I'm doing the job that they hired me to do. Home Run 100. Make sure you click on it. Make sure you sign up. Don't get left out in the dust and start cashing your tickets today. Jose Barrios, whatever the hell you want to call him. Okay, everybody says it differently. I like him going up against Seattle at 7,100. 15 points per game. He's been averaging about 90 pitches. Goes long. 8 total Ks. Not a ton of strikeouts, but enough against a Seattle team that swings a lot and misses. And again, he gives up contact. He pitches to contact. 12 hits, but he's got a really good infield defense that keeps those runners off the base. And then let's go to Washington with Trevor Williams going up against those San Francisco Giants. Very inconsistent offense. Okay, up and down, lackluster to say the least. And he just comes off a great 19-point performance against those hot-hitting Pittsburgh Pirates. And he had 5 strikeouts in 91 pitches. He's only 5,800. That's a huge matchup to watch. Let's go to some FFVPs. We'll give you 2. How about Zach Neto? $2,700 against the other Zach on the mound, Mr. Eflin. You already heard why I like to go against Zach Eflin, but Neto's got 2 or 4 double-digit games, and he has a pattern. I'm a big pattern guy, okay? When you go 11, 0, 12, 0, I look at those numbers, and I say, next up, another double-digit game. Oh, and by the way, Eflin's given up 11 hits, 3 home runs, 2 walks, and 7 runs in 12 innings. The guy could be hit. Now, how about my man Jacob Young? $2,200, Washington Nationals against, I know, Blake Snell. I get it, but I'm going to ride a right versus lefty here. And here's the thing. He just gets called up because of Victor Robles, and he doesn't have a great couple games. But last game, he starts to get it. Here's a guy who likes to wreak havoc on a base pass. 13 stolen bases without getting caught in 30-plus games, okay, in the minors. His last game, he filled the stat sheet up with a 10-point DK performance, stolen base hit, run scored, and walk. This is the kind of guy that can really change your lineup for the better. And let's go SGP, and let's have some fun with it. Different circumstances now. I like so many of the matchups and the guys that we've already picked for value and home runs and stolen bases and pitchers. Let's throw them all in one, okay? Now remember, when you do this, you do a pick parlay, you can only pick 1 player from each game. So you can't have 2 or it cancels out. Okay, so this is where we're going to go. We're going to go to the Philadelphia game. We're going to take Kyle Schwarber 2+ total bases because I firmly believe he is going to go long. And even if he doesn't go long, he's a different hitter this year. He's doing so many different things, going the opposite way. I firmly believe that there'll be people on base for him to knock in, even if he doesn't get a home run. And let's go with Jose Siri, who I'm very high on. Let's get 1 hit. It's all we want from Siri. 1 hit. I know that's attainable. And let's go back to the total bases again and go Marcell Ozuna. Like I said, he's red hot. There's going to be plenty of opportunities for him. He's in a good spot in the lineup. I think he gets 2+. And then let's go to the young boy and Jacob Young. Like I said, Washington, he's so good stealing the bases. Let's go 1+. Let's give him a stolen base for tonight. You know what that's going to give you? That's only 4 picks, 1653. Plus 1653. And if you want to get really Jigsaw crazy, let's add in Jose Barrios. Let's give him his under at 6.5 Ks. Under 6.5 Ks. And that bumps you up to plus 2862. Man, let's have some fun. Let's cash some more home run props. Let's get some more value. And most importantly, let's get Jigsaw crazy.